Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm here in the Gil Chamber, and I sort of generally get a feeling that people are low on Gil or they don't do their Gil summons. I usually do every single Gil summon because I feel like that gets you extra shards of everybody. So I kind of wanted to go over sort of my mindset in terms of Gil farming. Okay, so let's just notice the first thing here is the professional Gil Chamber, right? It's 24 energy to go in there. I get it, it's a lot of energy. People don't really have potions. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. But first, before I go into that, let me just refresh a large potion real quick. Just one large potion. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you, if we go to skip battle, 120 energy is only 5 tickets, right? I know these tickets are hard to get and everything, but 5 tickets. So if we do 3 more of the large potions, right? 1, 2, 3. We're now able to do 480 energy, and that's only 20 tickets, right? So let's just do that. Bam. You know, fine. I get it. That's done. All right. So if we go back to our potion count, I usually try to run this manually every time, but I kind of just wanted to show you that you don't use a lot of tickets when you run the Gil Chamber because it's just so expensive to run the Gil Chamber that you only get 5 runs per large potion. All right, so let's take a look. So I already wasted 4 potions for today out of 32, right? So if we kind of think about 5 for every potion, you can do 20 potions worth of runs for only 100 event tickets. Granted, I know 100 event tickets is a lot, but if you sort of manage, you guys can see how many I have there. I have 989. Yes, I definitely have purchased some of those bundles, but if you sort of manage your event tickets, I personally do not use them for dailies. If it's like super late at night and I'm like falling asleep, then yes, I'll use them. But I personally don't because I think it's a lot more valuable to save them for the weekend and run Gil Chambers. And also, I think it's important to so for right now, for example, we have the Golem challenge, and that's actually a really hard one for me because I don't have like Little Leela and I don't have 2B. So I'm probably by the end of that event, I'm probably just gonna skip ticket a whole bunch of them and get myself enough recipes so I can maybe build 1, maybe build 2. Haven't really decided that yet. Okay, so in general, that's my first point. Don't spend a lot of your event tickets on daily stuff because you want to save them for Gil Chamber and for recipe farming when it's really hard. Okay, so now I kind of showed you that. So one other thing that I've recently been doing, I've just kind of realized this, but if we go back into the potions, right? I have a ton of small potions and I don't end up using them. What ends up happening is that I use my large potions first, and I've sort of realized like unless you're gonna spend like all your I have 32 on my royal rank, you guys might have a little less. But if you're gonna spend all 32 or all 20, whatever you may have, on large potions, then fine, use your large potions. But on a normal day, if you're not using up all those large potions, you shouldn't use your large potions. You should just go for your small potions, right? Because the thing is, right, if you spend, I have the ability to spend 28 small potions right now, so that's pretty much the whole day's worth of potions. If I spend all of those right now, that's only giving me 846 energy, right? If it's a weekend where I can farm a lot, I probably want to use those 28 on large potions. So otherwise, if I'm not farming for the whole day, I think it's better to use your small potions first up front, or maybe dedicate every day. Maybe you want to use 5. Start with using the small potions first. You want to use like the first 5, the first 10, or whatever, just to kind of do your dailies and stuff. And then if you're going to be farming more, that's when you want to use your large potions. That way you can save, you're not spending like your large potions every day. And then you can save them for the weekend or when you're going to do basically whatever day you're going to do a lot of farming. That's sort of also I'm sure like not a lot of people have XL potions left. I still have some left because I sort of realized like right at the beginning, like you don't want to use these because what they actually do is on those days where you're gonna farm a lot, you're gonna want to be able to use extra energy. So you want to use those extra large potions. I know they're like impossible to get basically, but you want to use those extra large potions when you've already used like 20 potions or something like that, and you're like, I think I'm gonna want to farm a lot today. So maybe let me throw in some extra large potions because that way you're kind of ending up getting more efficiency out of your potions, right? Again, I'm pretty sure nobody has extra large potions anymore. I've been like really trying to manage them, and I only have 29 left. And we initially got 100 whenever that was that they gave it to us. All right. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. It's sort of about managing your potions throughout the week. If you feel like you're low on potions and you can't run your Gil Chamber, try to manage your potions over the week. If you feel like it takes too much time, what I would plan to try to do is at the beginning of the day, if you're not going to use your phone or if you have a BlueStacks, set it up as early as possible. I know like I kind of get the urge to like run my dailies and, you know, do my video summons and stuff like that early in the morning so I can get it over with. But honestly, on weekend days, I think it's better to just start with the Gil farming. Before you do anything, just pick your phone, log in, and just throw in a bunch of potions and just put it on repeat. Now, usually this is my resonance team, but what I usually do is use what I call my raid team or my super team. This is the same team that I use for the guild quest. It's basically just some of my best units, you know, my double cost units. I have my calculator in there. I have my 120 Titus, my 120 Mon. I have a tank, you know, a healer, a magic user, a DPS, basically 2 DPSs, right? So that's my super team. I use this team for, you know, recipes, to get recipes on Brutal, and I use them to do the Gil Chamber. The reason I use them is because they're just fast and they'll get the job done fast. I do also, I guess, have a Gil Thief team. I haven't really updated this, so I actually don't have it like full of thieves. But I do use this team, but honestly, I think it's just better to use a faster team so you could get this over with and done as quickly as possible. It can be annoying to just like tie up your phone for the whole day. I totally get that. But I think what I'm saying is that you want to kind of just get started with that as early as possible so that, you know, you can take your mind off of it and just let it do what it wants to do. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to talk about was sort of like these token missions, right? So in the token missions, they actually, there's actually a section for, you know, running the Gil Chamber, right? So here we go. So far, I've run it 32 times this month. Maybe that's just my daily on the weekday and what I just did now. But if you kind of scroll to the last one, it's 1,500 times. Now, I actually tried to run the Gil Chamber. I try to use up all my potions at least on Sunday on Gil Chamber, and a lot of potions on Saturday for Gil Chamber, and some of those red orbs is kind of what I try to do. I have never reached this 1,500, and I actually think you can't actually reach this 1,500 unless you do the easy chamber, right? So if we go back here, the easy chamber down here, or, you know, one of the lower ones, so that way you have more energy efficiency. Generally, I don't think it's worth it to go all the way on these tokens to the 1,500 mark. I'm not really sure if that really gets you like another upgrade, but you know, kind of my point here is it takes a lot of doing to get to 1,500, and that's sort of what Gumi sort of quote unquote expects you to do every month, I guess. Yeah, to me, it's either, you know, save up your skip tickets or kind of save up your potions so that you can run them automatically. Now, let's talk about Saturdays. So since Saturdays are, not only are they unlimited Gil Chamber, but they're also double drops for the red orbs. So the thing is that the Gil Chamber, you can only run it with your potions, and the red orbs, you can run them in multi. So again, I know it's annoying to go into multi, but you do have your multi missions for the month, right? So 200 multi missions in a month. So this is kind of where I tend to do my multi missions. If not on the recipe farms, I kind of end up using multi to run my red orbs, my red memories on Saturdays. That way I'm kind of saving more of my energy for Gil Chamber. Now actually today it's already late and I haven't really even started my Gil Chamber, so I'm kind of behind for today. But what I like to do is I like to do the multis in the red memory chamber, and then Gil Chamber I just do that on my own in on an auto farm, right? So the other thing I kind of wanted to mention, this is like the last thing, basically. You also have these missions here, right? So they kind of correspond with the token shop, right? So we have the multi-quest missions. Now, as you do the multi-quests, you get these, growth eggs, but you also get some, some large potions here. It's not really a lot. You get 5 here for doing 110. And then you get 10 more here for doing 190. Kind of a lot, to be honest, just to get that much. I don't think there's one for Gil Chamber, but there is one for story quests, right? So story quests are generally pretty easy. What I just do is I just skip, go to a level where I need to farm some material, and I just skip a whole bunch of them at a time. I throw in like 240 energy, and I do like 20 at a time, right? So this is another, it's not really that great of a source. I wish they would actually upgrade this, but this is another source to actually get a little bit more Gil Snappers, right? So as you're doing these throughout the week, throughout the month, you end up getting a bunch of Gil Snappers. There's one other spot, I think it's the hard quests, where you actually get potions here. So I'm pretty sure most of us do our hard quests because that gives us shards, but I guess my thing is I'm not sure if people are paying attention to where you're kind of getting large potions from, and where you can sort of save on large potions, because I feel like I have, for the most part, I have plenty of large potions to kind of go around, and it really isn't an issue for me to just go into Gil Chamber and just grind that all weekend. But yeah, in summary, basically what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to use skip tickets for your Gil Chamber, because you actually don't end up using that many skip tickets. On top of that, again, to reiterate, you don't want to use your skip tickets for regular daily stuff. I get it that it's annoying, but you can just put it on auto repeat and just kind of every so often check your phone and just do the 4 different far plane ones, and then do your hard quests. The hard quests don't even use the event skip tickets, so go ahead and use the regular skip tickets on those. And then the other thing is the potions. My new strategy is now I'm going to start using 5 to 10 small potions at the beginning of the day. And then if I'm going to farm a lot more stuff, if I'm going to try to farm for the whole day, if it's a certain alchemist that I'm trying to get, then I'll start using the large potions, right? So that way you're using your small potions up front, and then you're sort of saving your large potions for the end, where, for the Gil Chamber days where you can farm a lot and you can make the most out of that. And then of course you gotta kind of over the week, just the token shop, in addition to the rewards here, you're kind of just getting a lot of rewards just for kind of doing the stuff that they ask you to do, whatever. So I think it's important to kind of just keep that stuff in mind and sort of plan out a little bit how you're going to sort of use your potions and use your tickets so that you can make the most out of them and you can get your Gil farming done a little bit more efficiently. All right, that's pretty much all I have. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope that's kind of useful a little bit in some kind of way to somebody. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.